God, thank you for today, for the life that you have given to us. May you guide us always and protect us, Lord. May you give us wisdom, knowledge, and intelligence. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, thank you so much, Misha. So before we begin with our main topic, I am going to show you a short video presentation.
It's no big deal. It's probably not even quicksand. I'm gonna have a good laugh about this tonight with the guys. Well, this is just perfect. Stupid quicksand, stupid jungle. Fight someone in the face. Are you there, God? It's me, Giraffe. Listen, if you would just give me a bullet on this quicksand thing, I promise. No more peeing on your shorter creatures. But you know something? I'm cool with this. I bet heaven has all the tender leaves I can eat, and everyone gets their own Slurpee machine. Yeah, take me, sweet death. I await your loving embrace.
Okay, so the reason why I show you that video is because it is related with what we are going to tackle about, which is entitled The 5 Stages of Grief, according to Elizabeth Kubler-Ross in 1969. So, before that, I am going to tell you what our objectives for today. So first is to identify the 5 stages of grief, understand the differences between each stage, to recall and recognize past experiences wherein they have encountered the stages of grief. So to begin with, who is Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross? Ms. Ying, can you please read the presentation about
Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross became internationally known in 1969 for her book, Death and Life. From interviewing dying patients, she outlined 5 stages of loss experienced by someone who faces the news of their impending death.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Ying. So let's take note that these stages are not really stages that happens in order or only once, nor are they stages that occur with the same intensity, which means that these 5 different stages can happen multiple times in different order. So now, what are the 5 stages of grief? So these stages are denial, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. So let's go to the first one. What do we mean when we say denial? Ms. Shasal, can you please read it?
Denial is the first reaction to overwhelming, unavoidable denial or disbelief or shock that as we allow essentially to enter slowly and give us time to come to grips with what the stage is.
Okay, so during the denial stage, the person who received negative results or life-threatening conditions may question the results. Oftentimes, they seek for a second opinion, third opinion, or even fourth opinion. So they may simply feel a sense of disbelief psychologically, even though they know that the results are good. So in here, the person starts to think that this isn't really happening or no, this can't be. So in this stage, the person will think of thoughts that will help them deny the experience. They will lie about the situation and tell themselves that everything is going back to normal soon. Okay, do you now understand what the meaning of denial is? Okay, very good. Now to the second stage, which is anger. Miss Elijah, can you please read?
Anger is rise us with protection and wrath, being angry, fight against something, give structure to a situation that you mistake us into the anger. It is much easier to be sad than pain or weakness.
Okay, thank you, Miss Elijah. So let's always remember that anger can focus on a person, a healthcare provider, or God, or at the world in general. So sometimes, for example, when the doctor told you that you are a cancer positive and that you only have 6 months to live, you will feel furious and you will tend to say, who are you to tell me that I only have 6 months to live? Are you God? Or you will even question God. Out of all people, why me? Or how dare this happen to me? So during this stage, you'll feel rage because of you think that the world is being unfair to you. The next stage is bargaining. Mr. Perpus, can you please read?
Bargaining involves certain things from one to the current situation. They better developing self cause, being a better friend, parent, or spouse, or moderation, experience, one mind, including including so.
Okay, so bargaining is just like barter or negotiation. So some persons enter into a bargaining which often happen to a person and God. So in this stage, the person will most likely say, God, just heal me. I promise I'll be a better person. I promise that I will obey my parents. So they make an attempt to strike a negotiation or bargain with God, spouses, or parents. For the next stage, depression. Mr. Nalara, can you please read what depression is?
It is the full weight of loss, trying to lose interest in the outside world. This depression makes others feel unbearable and horrible. Family members will try to console their loved ones.
Alright, so depression is very much common nowadays. It is where you can say, my heart feels broken, or this loss is really going to happen. In this stage, you are starting to absorb what the reality is. So it's not to the point where you have already accepted what is happening, but you are already starting to absorb or to understand what really is happening. And for the last stage is acceptance. Ms. Roselle, can you please read what acceptance is?
Acceptance. It involves learning how to carry on to incorporate this aspect of life's fun into daily existence. Reaching acceptance does not in any way imply that people who are dying are happy about it and confident.
Alright, so the last stage means that they are already facing it and they decided to continue their lives even though they don't like the results. But let's always remember that acceptance doesn't always mean that you're already happy about it. It's just that you already accepted the fact that you can do anything about what is happening in your life. So during this stage, the person starts to think that even though this occurred, I still had great memories. Or you can say that it is sad, but at least I have so much to live for and so many to love. Okay? So do you have questions about the 5 stages of grief? Okay. So since you already understood what the lesson is, we are going to have a quiz. Please get a 1/4 yellow sheet of fat paper. Okay, so here are the possible answers wherein you can choose from. So number 1, it involves trying to think of what could be done to turn the situation around. It is a negotiation that a person offers usually with God. Is everybody done? Okay. For the second question, it is often the first reaction to overwhelming and imaginable news. So in this stage, a person might say, this isn't happening, or no, it can't be. Alright, for the third question, it involves learning how to carry on and to incorporate this aspect of the lifespan into daily existence. Reaching this does not in any way imply that people who are dying are happy about it or content with it. For the fourth question, it is the full weight of loss, crying, and losing interest in the outside world. It is where you can say that my heart feels broken, or this loss is really going to happen and it's really sad. Now for the last question, this stage is the time where the person feels generalized rage at the world for allowing something like this to happen. They will feel isolated and furious that this is happening to them. Okay, is everybody done? Yes. Alright, so please pass your papers in front and I will be the one to check it. So before we depart and end our lesson, I am going to give you an assignment. So recall a memory wherein you have experienced the different stages of grief. You can write your answer in a one-up sheet with yellow pad paper to be passed on your next meeting. So guys, that is all for today. Do you have any questions? Alright.